Hey everyone, we are back. We are back with part 2 to continue on with the Rach Talk React video. So I started part 1 while I was cooking dinner. Kids came home, we ate. Now I'm going to do part 2. There's a few more minutes left here. So let's get back to it, shall we?
Was to watch a little show called TRL. Now, I don't know what's happening on MTV. I don't even know if MTV still exists today. It must, but I don't know. I haven't watched cable television since like 2004.
And I talk about this in the first video. She's a liar. She does watch cable TV. She watches a lot of TV and movies, but she likes to pretend that she doesn't because she's so busy working hard and being an entrepreneur. She doesn't waste her time doing anything like the rest of us, like watching television. So it's just another way that she makes herself seem better than the rest of us. Because we all watch TV. Most people do. Even those of us that own multiple businesses still like to escape. All right, here we go.
So it's 1999, and every single day I would walk home from school, I would go into the kitchen, and I would make myself a snack while in the den I could see the TV that I had turned on to watch MTV, to watch TRL. And today, you could open up your social media, kids, and get access to any celebrity, any singer, watch it all go down. But we didn't have that. We didn't have a way to see what was going on with our celebrities unless we wanted to watch Entertainment News or MTV.
This is true. This is a thing that our children will never understand, is this idea that you don't have access, immediate access to things like on TV. You cannot binge watch. We could not binge watch back in the day. So you had to wait a week until your next episode of your show came out. You couldn't watch seasons and seasons of things. Also the idea that celebrities now, I think it must be weird for celebrities to be like regular people, which means that they can fall really easily. The fact that you see them being silly, and it's just a different, like the glam of Hollywood is no longer there like it was in the olden days, because you see celebrities all the time on social media. And not what they once were. It'd be interesting to see how that all pans out in the next 5 years or so.
So I would go on MTV to see like the videos, because back in the day they actually played videos on music television, and I would go watch videos, and there was just this show called TRL, which women, men my age will remember. And it was Carson Daly, and all the people would line up and they'd scream, and it was like such a big deal. But
it's like Mariah Carey right there.
It was a huge deal that videos would debut on TRL. And there was a show that I think was called Making of the Video. There was a making of the video for this song, which I remember as a 13-year-old girl thinking was such a naughty song and was going to get me in so much trouble if my parents ever caught me listening.
You have to remember she grew up in a Pentecostal minister's home, was not allowed to watch. This is interesting, right? Because she talks about how she wasn't allowed to watch these things, and yet here she says she came home and she watched MTV every day after school. But if you listen to some of her older stuff, she talks about how she wasn't allowed to listen to that kind of music, and that it was forbidden in her home. So she is a bit of a contradiction. I think she tells stories to make her tell stories so that they serve a purpose in whatever she needs them to serve a purpose in that moment, if that makes sense.
To it, which in retrospect is freaking hilarious. But I just am wondering if you are old enough to remember when this song was on TRL, when they did Behind the Video, and the first time you ever heard a little Cisco, Jack. That's SISQO. Okay, the thing is, you have to, please, for me, for them, find the video. Because the reason this video is so powerful is that at the end of it, a dragon's going to show up. And I am not making that up. If I remember correctly, Cisco jumps on a pyramid of people, which may have been actually all him, or perhaps his band, to fight the dragon. What if I made this all up? What if this is a fever dream? Hold on. Thong.
Again, another example of her not doing the research before she jumps on a show and starts talking about things. Poor Jack. Jack in the editing room has to do so much to make this all come together and make this all make sense.
No, that's not how you spell thong. Hold on, now I gotta watch it. Now I gotta know. Come on, what's happening? Oh, I'm not on the internet, guys. Rachel, where'd YouTube go? It looks like a...
Can you imagine how long this stream, because it's been edited, how long this stream actually took in order to film this 30-second section? Probably took 5 to 10 minutes of her rambling and trying to get on the internet.
Triangle. It's a red triangle. Oh, wasn't my fault. One of my folders was flipped to the second page. That's not my fault. Okay. We're back on it. Here we go. Ooh, remember when his hair was bleached, though? Okay, they're in the desert. There's a lot of buses pulling up in the desert. I'm not really sure why. I was like, if my parents come home and find me watching this while I'm eating my bologna sandwich, I want to see if the...
She always does that. She always tries to throw in a thing that makes her relatable, like that, a bologna sandwich. Like, poor person food is what she's trying to say there. I don't like bologna, but like, it's like the same as saying what we would have considered spam for dinner in the olden days, but spam's like a delicacy in Hawaii. So it's all depends on where you're from. But she threw that in to make her seem and to double down on the fact that she talks about being poor as a child, and yet here she is watching MTV, which she isn't allowed to do, and that felt it's just all part of her persona of trying to be relatable, but not being relatable. If you know, you know.
The dragon is here. Isn't it funny, though, that, like, the thong is what I thought was naughty? Today, the songs are, like, I can't even say because even a bleep, I feel like you could read my... And don't get me wrong, when I'm here by myself, you better believe.
Because she's relatable.
You better believe there's some songs that come on. And when no one can hear me sing them, I know all the words. But...
Because she's really cool.
13-year-old Rach thought the idea of wearing underwear that didn't give you a panty line was dirty. In case you're wondering what kind of house I grew up in. Where's Ricky Martin? Where's he? What's he? If anything, side note, Ricky Martin is more beautiful today than he's ever been. He is aging gloriously.
When's the last time she saw a picture of him, or is she just throwing that out there?
Okay, I'm sorry, Jack. Your mom found Ricky Martin's garage door opener in what town? Okay, well, that makes sense. Look, and now you just all found out that Jack is, what do they call it? One of those kids, trust fund baby. Why can't I remember anything today? You know what? Because I'm on my period. The blood's coming out of me, and also taking all of my thought process with it. I just did a podcast yesterday with a guest I've had on before, and we were talking about hormones and cycles and all the things, and how important it is for us as women to normalize a conversation around our periods.
I agree, absolutely, and our children, and all of that. Yes.
To normalize having hormones, to normalize...
Because if guys had periods, you know that tampons, pads would be free. You know that there would be days off in order to, if you have really bad cramps and if your periods are really horrible, you know that there would be health care, specialty coverage, and medicines, and all of that if men had to go through what we have to go through every single month.
Like, it's this thing that exists for all of us and does our entire life, but it's wrong or dirty or shameful or whatever.
No, it's not. I don't know where you heard that.
Whatever, and you're not supposed to talk about it. And honestly, Jack, you never had to do 3 videos in a row while you were bleeding out and cramping.
Okay, bleeding out is a little bit excessive, but point taken.
Yeah, so that's what's happening to me, and it means that I'm not thinking as clearly as I want to be. Jack is not a trust fund baby. Salt to the earth. He really isn't. He wears the same shirt.
Not that there's anything wrong with being a trust fund baby, though.
Every day for like 6 years. He doesn't, yeah. Okay, so now they're like driving down the Miami highways, and like they're in a car that doesn't have a top, a convertible. Wow, Rachel, get it together. Do you think at this right here, Cisco thought this is forever? Cisco thought this is my life. I am Cisco, SISQ.
This is dragging on and on. I don't really care about Cisco and the Thong Song that much.
Oh, I will be famous forever. I will be a hip hop star forever. I will have this bleached hair forever. Did he know that it would be a limited run, or did he think, this is it for me? This is who I am now? I wonder this all the time about people, and I've told you my theory. I feel like I tell everyone my theory. All these people that we think are one-hit wonders.
Anybody else see the irony?
Are they, though? Are they one-hit wonders, or did they just make a crap ton of money about in a song about underwear, and then they were like, I'm good. I'm going to go live in Milwaukee. I'm going to be good for the rest of my life, and it's been nice knowing you.
Maybe you should do that with the money that you made from your book.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, I don't care how classy you think you are. If you are at like a family wedding and Thong Song comes on and you don't just go, get out of here. Get out of my family wedding. Now let's get to the part where I think the dragon shows up. Yes, I didn't make this up. Yes, he's on a... Yep. Oh, maybe this isn't with a dragon. Oh, okay, that song would be called Unleash the Dragon, which makes a lot more sense, to be honest. This song definitely...
This is painful. Is this painful for anybody else? Oh my gosh.
He doesn't slap as hard as Thong Song, but he does fight a dragon in this video, so winning. Okay, so every week on the show, we are...
Do you like how she just... There was nowhere to go with that segment. Boom! Just cut to a new segment.
Celebrating a dream catcher. That's...
Okay, and we're not going to talk about the dream catchers because those are people still drinking the Kool-Aid of the Rachel Hollis empire. Anyways, so that's the end of that video. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how the other videos come out from my other people that I love watching on YouTube. And so, yeah, I love watching Kia's World, and I love watching Heather the Lawyer, and other ones that come on. But I will do a react to some of those videos because I think when you do not have any children, multiple children, if you do not own businesses, if you don't have some age behind you, you have a different perspective on things. But anyways, that's it. I will see you next time. Bye.